Hello, Eco Church Planning folks. We are sending you some information via email, but I want to do a video just easier than typing, of 6 things I want you all to know about as it pertains to church planning. But before I get into that, I want to share something that might be helpful to you. I'm always kind of interested on what people say the role or the function of the pastor is. And Eugene Peterson has a description that I just have found helpful, especially in this kind of COVID-19 season, but as church planners, as we think about our role, what does it look like? And Peterson says that the pastor is the person placed in a specific community to pay attention and call attention to what is happening in the lives of people and their interaction with God. So to pay attention and call attention to what is going on within the community and within the community as they relate to God. And I feel like that's helpful. And so how do we pay deeper attention and call greater attention to what God is up to? And so we want to offer some things as a church planning community that might help with that. So we're trying to take a big step forward in coming alongside planners, and excited to do it. So one of the first things I want to tell you about is we're going to do monthly webinars. And the first one I'm excited about is Rich Robinson, and I've just gotten to know him through Dana and some others. He's with 100 Movements. He's in Edinburgh, Scotland, works with Alan Hirsch and folks like that. And he has a lot of great information. So he's been coming alongside us, and we're trying to see how we can pass those resources on to you all. So write this down, May 14th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, which makes it 1 p.m. out in Becky-Lana land in the West, California. And so it's 8 p.m. for this guy, Rich, who's in Scotland. And so I think that's the best time that we can come up with. And then you people in Central Time, you just figure it out. So that's going to be the first one, and I'm really excited. He has a lot to do talking about what kind of organic movements, and has worked in a role with missional communities in the UK. And so I think he has a lot to share with us and encourage us with. With that is a Survey Monkey, where we're going to ask you for what are the topics or the people that would make good webinars as we kind of get consistent with these monthly webinars. So we want to hear from you. We started the first one, and then send us your names and people. They don't have to be known. They just have to be folks that might be able to bless us in one way or another. The second thing is April 30th is that prayer call that Becky has so faithfully hosted. If you've never been on one of those, I would ask you to hop on this first time. And she's been doing it for a while. And so this next one, April 30th at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And again, if you have any questions about this stuff, you can email me, Nate Stratman, or Becky-Lana about that, or churchplanning@eco-press.org. I think that's the email address. Number 3, there is a cohort that we are putting together, and Rich Robinson, the guy I told you about a minute ago, is going to help us think through what that cohort looks like, and we're going to gather people who are established church plants. So those that are, whatever word you want to use, particularized, chartered, but have headed towards that, and so the next phase would be multiplication. And I really think that in the future, a lot of our church plants are probably going to come out of church plants. And that could be really exciting. So he's going to help us think through that. So we're going to put a cohort together of people who are thinking that way. And just so you know, some of the resources we're trying to put together are phase specific. So like that one wouldn't be helpful for people who are in the beginning phases or in the middle phases. And so we are thinking about other resources that help people along those phases. And one of the main things we're going to do at the National Gathering is really focus on those beginning phases, those first, second, and third phases where people are discerning, assessing, and jumping in to the church planning process. The fourth thing, Len Tang out in Pasadena has been helping with this step 1. If you know anyone who's like, should I plant a church? Is it my calling? Is it my giftedness? Is it my wiring? Len has a resource that he and the Fuller team have put together. And so we're sending people that way. If you could help us as well, send people towards Len. He's trying to put little cohorts together that people can learn and go through it in that fashion. Also, Matt Lee, who many of you know, is putting together a course at Gordon Conwell this summer, and it's church planning in a post-Christian context, which I think will be super exciting. But it starts May 26th, so that's not too far away. If some of you are in that kind of discernment phase, gathering information, that would be a good one to take, credit or not credit. Matt Lee's class on church planting, more information coming out soon on that one. And the last thing I will tell you is I continue to get a lot of emails and phone calls of just new faces and people discerning church planting. We've got folks like Wes Berry and others who do coaching of church planters. And we're trying to bring a little bit of that more in-house, which I think is exciting. And so if you have any questions, you can email me, natestratman@gmail.com or churchplanting@eco-press.org. Again, I think that's the email address. And we hope to see you on the prayer call. And please, please, please fill out that Survey Monkey. I would love to know who the people are or the topics that could bless our church planting community. Pray for you during this season as you have had to rethink how you plant. Pray for your fundraising. Praying just for your team, praying for your energy, praying that God would be near as you maybe lament some of the things that are going on. I know I am. And that God would continue to unite us as a group of planners at ECO closer and with greater strength and greater focus. Pray it in Jesus' name. Have a great day.